Happening now, we tell you the counties plan to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine, plus hear what local restaurant is closing their dining rooms for the time being.
Well, no snow is falling downtown Jamestown right now, but that will be changing later this afternoon and tonight. We'll give you the details next. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The Chautauqua County Health Department is shedding light on its plan to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine. Health leaders say the vaccine will first be distributed to healthcare personnel working in hospitals and long-term care facilities. Specifically, CVS and Walgreens pharmacies will begin to bring vaccines to those long-term care facility staff and their residents. Hospitals are receiving vaccine shipments directly, leaders say, and will vaccinate their staff working in the patient care setting. Now, after that, first responders, teachers, child care providers, public health workers, and those at high risk for COVID will be vaccinated under the second phase. Then, those over 65, all other essential workers, and healthy adults and children will take the shot in phases 3, 4, and 5. To reach each population, vaccinations will take place in point of dispensing locations throughout the county. Those locations will be announced later on. And as the first doses of the Pfizer BioNTech COVID vaccine are starting to roll out to Americans, but as John Lawrence reports, health officials say the deadly virus still is posing a serious threat during the upcoming holiday season and even beyond.
The distribution of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is a major step forward, but it's only a step.
While we can see light at the end of the tunnel, we are still in the tunnel.
According to Johns Hopkins University, there are more than 16.7 million known cases in the U.S. and counting.
I had everything from severe stomach cramping and diarrhea to swollen lymph nodes to an extreme sore throat.
COVID-19-based hospitalizations are breaking records. And another grim milestone observed as the Washington National Cathedral rang its bell 300 times for the 300,000 people who have died from COVID-19.
The US is going to hit 400,000 deaths now, regardless of what happens. The question is really, does it hit 500,000 deaths before you can get enough vaccine into people's arms?
One day after starting its COVID-19 vaccination rollout, California activated its mass fatality program, which included the purchase of 5,000 additional body bags.
We just distribute them down to San Diego, Los Angeles, and counties. That should be sobering.
A member of the Food and Drug Administration's advisory group says Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine looks very promising. It's being considered this week for emergency use authorization for people 18 and older. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
John, thank you. The FDA has also given emergency authorization for the first time of fully at-home COVID test kits. The test costs $30 and send results to a smartphone in as little as 20 minutes. Well, here at home, 59 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in Chautauqua County yesterday. The County Health Department's COVID-19 dashboard reports there are now 433 active cases, down from 441 over the weekend. Of the new cases, 13 are in Jamestown, with 111 active in the city's zip code. Additionally, the number of hospitalizations increased by 2, with 25 total. The county's 7-day average positive percent rate is 8.2%, that up from 7.9%. Now, in nearby Cattaraugus County, health leaders say 51 new cases were logged yesterday, with 627 active. Well, Tim Horton locations in Jamestown are once again closing their dining rooms as COVID-19 cases continue to increase. In a post on social media, the company's management says all 5 locations in Lakewood and Jamestown will be running drive-through only until further notice. The business will be taking mobile orders, but cannot take walk-ups in the drive-through or in the store. They say this isn't ideal, but are making the change to protect their employees and guests. The local Tim Hortons also closed their lobbies in March in an attempt to slow the spread of COVID-19. They later reopened dining rooms in mid-June. The new change took effect today. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we continue to put facts over fear in our coverage of COVID-19 and now the new developments to roll out the vaccine. It's great to see Tiffany, good to see Kirk, Christian, Lee, John, Jay as well. Hopefully you are doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in today. It's also good to see Sandy, Joe, Butch, and Robin. Let us know what you guys are doing down in the comments below. We love interacting with you. Let us know what you think about these stories and more as we go through the broadcast here and update you with local news and weather that matters. And speaking of the weather, a lot of people are watching the forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us live now with a first look at it. And Dakota, it seems like there's been a lot of developments in the weather world over the last 12 hours or so here.
Yes, there has been. And, I told you yesterday that how the numbers for the snowfall is likely going to change. Well, we've updated that. You'll see that a little bit later on. But right now we have no snow falling. This is the live camera coming from Finley Lake. No snow here, but it is cold, 27 degrees and a northwest wind averaging around 11 miles per hour. It just doesn't really make it feel that much better. But you do have a little bit of snow starting to creep in now into Warren County. The snow is starting to spread from south to north with that major storm system that is going to become a big time snow deal to areas to our south and east. And you can see the snow starting to work its way up into the region, and it's going to be continuing through the later afternoon and through tonight. The most amount of snow will likely be tonight. Hey, 9 days to go until Christmas. That's some good news here. We're all looking forward to the Christmas holiday. 9 more days to go, and we'll see what happens here. But as of right now, we have no snow on the ground at the airport. We've only had 4 inches of snow so far this month. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We should be at 10.8 inches for the month, still at 6.5 for the season, down almost 13 inches for the season. We'll see how much we can make up of that over the next day or so. 27 was the high yesterday. 19 is where we started the day. 60 and 8 below zero are the record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, it's dry early this afternoon, but we're already starting to see some light snow showers starting to spread south to north, and it's going to be cloudy with a biting wind chill, 26 to 33 with that east wind 10 to 25 miles per hour. The snow starts to increase in coverage tonight. Could be heavy at times. We'll tell you where and how much in just a few. Justin.
All right, Dakota, we're certainly looking forward to that full forecast. Thank you. A longtime local manufacturer will be expanding their facility after getting a loan from Chautauqua County. The County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency approved a $382,000 loan for Premier Precision Machining, Rand Machine's parent company on Allen Street in Ellicott during their meeting this week. The company plans to use that money to expand and improve their facility by constructing a 7,000 square feet building, which will bridge the main manufacturing facility and a 5,000 square feet outbuilding already built on the property. Rand has been in operation for over 70 years, and since expansion started in 2017, 45 to 126 full-time workers have been hired. They also offer services including computer-aided design as well as manufacturing, processing, engineering, and development. Well, bad news for holiday shopping. Retail sales are slightly down from last month. That could be the signal that consumer recovery is starting to stall out as the pandemic gets worse. The Consumer Department reported today that sales fell 1.1% last month from October. Clothing stores, restaurants, electronic stores, and gas stations led the sales decline, while spending at grocery stores and online retailers ticked up. Overall, retail sales are up 4.1% from last year. Spending at online retailers is up 29.2% from the same time last year. Well, straight ahead, we go to Washington, D.C. to check in with the latest developments in COVID-19 stimulus efforts. But first, hear why Dunkirk's mayor was kicked out of last night's Common Council meeting. That and more as WNY News Now continues.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now. EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. The city of Dunkirk's mayor was kicked out of last night's Common Council meeting amid heated discussions about the municipality's budget. Democratic Mayor Willie Rosas was asked to leave after speaking out of turn during discussions between council members and the city's fiscal affairs officer. Republican Councilman at Large Paul Vandervoel asked the chief of police to remove the mayor after reminding him about Robert's Rules of Order.
If I see you raise your hand and I don't call on you and you speak without having me notice you, it's the first warning for everybody tonight. That goes to the council, and that's everybody sitting out there tonight. And if I gotta say it again, Mayor, I said, hang on a minute. Mayor, you hang on. I said, this is my meeting. Mayor, I said, hang on. This is the council. The council member is asking. One more time, I'm going to ask you to remove. Chief, please remove the mayor.
He's asking to speak.
Please remove the mayor. Please remove the mayor.
You're not going to allow me to speak.
It's a council meeting. They have the floor. The council member has the floor. Please remove the mayor from the meeting.
Now, the mayor tells us the council, by kicking him out of the meeting, was silencing his opinion. Furthermore, he says the lawmaking body has created a toxic work environment that prohibits proper government. Earlier this month, the mayor vetoed 4 changes made to his 2021 budget, which included a $25,000 reduction in the city attorney's salary, elimination of $21,000 for Department of Development part-time seasonal workers, removal of $45,000 for the Dunkirk Local Development Corporation, and the addition of $10,000 for the Common Council to retain an attorney. The council passed a resolution overriding the vetoes. The mayor says the move doesn't save taxpayers any money, but rather gives the lawmaking body more control over the funding. Well, new legislation to help prevent large-scale illegal waste dumping here in New York has been signed into law. Governor Andrew Cuomo signed legislation yesterday to help place further restrictions on waste dumping. Now, according to the Office of the Governor, the legislation strengthens the penalty, the illegal disposal of construction debris, demolition debris, and other hazardous substances. Additionally, it will also designate fraudulent schemes involving the disposal of solid waste as a crime here in New York State. Cuomo's office says that the legislation officially goes into effect January 1. Well, it's another stalemate on Capitol Hill, with Republicans and Democrats needing to work together to prevent the government from shutting down. And not just a spending package, but many Americans are continuing to look at lawmakers to pass a much-needed COVID-19 relief bill. Nadia Romero has the latest from Washington.
Another deadline looming for lawmakers to pass a bipartisan bill funding the government and possibly including COVID relief. Democrat Senator Joe Manchin spreading optimism.
We're not going home until it's done.
The emergency relief package is strictly an emergency relief. It's not for long term. We have this package that gets us through the most difficult, challenging times, the first quarter of 2021.
But there are familiar sticking points. Democrats want at least $160 billion for state and local aid.
There are nurses and teachers, paramedics, police officers who are facing layoffs in municipalities, counties, and states around the country. Roughly 1.3 million have already been laid off.
Republicans want COVID-19 lawsuit protections for businesses.
People who did their best acting in good faith shouldn't have to face off all sorts of lawsuits from people who come and go after them.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers unveiled the text of a $908 billion compromise COVID relief plan Monday. The plan includes two bills, one for state and local aid and liability protection. The other bill includes extending jobless benefits, dollars for vaccine distribution, extending small business loans, amongst other measures. Senator Mitt Romney says he thinks Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell will bring some sort of COVID relief package to the floor for a vote this week.
There are things in there I'm not wild about. There are things in there Democrats aren't wild about. But we came together.
From Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
Nadia, thank you. Local governments are looking for some relief as well. Last week, Chautauqua County Executive P.J. Wendell traveled to D.C. to lobby for some funding. Wendell will join us on the program tomorrow to talk more about his trip and what COVID's financial impacts will have on the county. Well, the United States Postal Service says it's overwhelmed right now with an unprecedented number of packages and a limited number of employees due to the pandemic. The USPS issued a statement this week warning customers might experience temporary delays during the holidays. It says there is a temporary employee shortage due to a surge in cases and, at the same time, a historic volume of mail. The Postal Service is asking people to send holiday packages and cards as soon as they can to avoid items arriving after Christmas. Certainly, I saw that yesterday when I went to the post office. And one place that you could check out if you're looking for something to shift is our friends up at JRSC Express. They do an excellent job with shipping packages big and small. Obviously, if you're trying to send out a Christmas card or a letter or something like that, you'll have to go through the post office. But nevertheless, hopefully everyone is having a good day. We appreciate you joining us. And Dakota, I actually ran into you. It was kind of strange. We said goodbye yesterday. Mm-hmm. I left. I went to go send out some things. And then I forgot some stuff here at the newsroom, so I came back through the lobby. I usually use the side door, and there you were, hanging out. You were leaving at the same time, and it's one of those things where, like, you already said goodbye to somebody for the day, but
and then now it's like, oh,
hello again. Yeah. So, it's all right. We like each other. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. We like each other. But we stayed 6 feet apart.
We did.
Jay had his mask on.
We did have our masks on. Yeah, that's true.
So it was like, we were okay.
Yeah.
In that regard.
But no, I think everyone's got the hustle and bustle. Even though we're amid a pandemic, I noticed that, especially downtown, it seems like there's a lot of people coming and going. You see them going out towards the Wally World there in Lakewood and getting last-minute Christmas gifts and things like that. And I kind of wondered, consumer-wise, it does seem like maybe there's less financially invested, but more spiritually, possibly. I think it's kind of cool. We talked about this yesterday, but bringing people together during the holidays and no different this year.
We mentioned this the other day when we did the Washington Middle School the musical thing. It's more along the lines of personal gifts rather than, going out and going into debt.
Right,
and
buying
whatnot.
a new computer or something
and
like that. Right.
Of course, there's a Golden Girls episode for everything. There's a Golden Girls episode that actually addresses this, where, they went into debt and bought all these expensive gifts for each other, but then they went and returned them and did homemade gifts.
Yeah, and that's better. I really believe it. It's better in many of the cases than trying to do something big and too elaborate. So good to see Dora, good to see Lisa, Cindy, and Brian as well. Thanks so much for tuning in here on the broadcast. Well, I'll hand it over to you, Dakota, because I know you have a pretty busy weather day happening right now where we could see some significant snow in some portions of the area.
Yes, it is all going to be location. Let's take a look at the graphics. And hey, if you want the snow, the good news is Parts of Cattaraugus County will likely get the most amount of snow here. Pekin Peak still plans to open this Friday. No opening date yet set for Cockaigne. Holiday Valley, 4 to 20 inch bases right now with the machine groom surface, and Hollymont and Mount Pleasant have not opened yet. But good news for Holiday Valley and Hollymont. These two ski resorts in Cattaraugus County are likely going to be loving the snow that's going to be coming, especially in portions of Cattaraugus County. They'll likely see the most amount of snow over the next 12 or so hours. 25 as a noon hour, but that southeast wind of 14 makes it feel more like 13. Oh, so you got to dress for numbers closer to that, not this. This is what you have to dress for. That 13-degree wind chill, it's biting out there this afternoon. All right, let's get right to the nitty-gritty here. There is a winter weather advisory for Cattaraugus County. This goes in effect basically today, right now, and it will stay in place until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. There's a winter storm warning out for Allegheny County. The most amount of snow is going to be in this winter storm warning area, this pink area right here. That also goes until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And a winter weather advisory is in place for Warren County until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Chautauqua County is not officially in any sort of a warning or a winter weather advisory. We're still going to get snow here, but the most amount of the snow is going to be south and east. So that's the reason why we're not officially under a warning. Here's our storm system right there. Look at the rain and look at the snow and some mixed precipitation up here going into the Virginias, heading up into Baltimore. And we're already starting to see the leading edge of that snow starting to creep into northwestern Pennsylvania. So the snow is on its way, and it's going to be continuing through the afternoon here. Let's take you through a future scan here. Newest run of the in-house computer model shows you the snow spreading from south to north. Now the snow through the afternoon should be mainly light. I don't think it's going to be anything too heavy. The most heaviest amounts of the snow is mainly going to be overnight tonight. And where you see these dark blue areas, mainly off to the south and east, that is where the best chance for the heavier pockets will be. We're still going to see possibly some heavy, some moderate snowfall, especially here. And then by tomorrow morning, it all tapers off. And then by the afternoon, it'll be a much better afternoon with mostly cloudy skies, but it will still remain cold. So updated snowfall totals. This is actually the in-house future scan model. And I think this has, the event nailed to a pretty good level here. So about 2.5 inches, mainly near the Lake Erie shoreline. So expect about 2 inches further to the north. Once you work closer to Buffalo, you'll see the lowest amounts of snow. Probably right here in the city, about 3 to 4 inches. Again, that's a range. So again, about 3 to 4 inches. And then when you drop further south and east, look at Warren at 6 inches, Randolph close to 5 inches, Olean over 7.5 inches, and Bradford, the computer is spitting out 8.2 inches here. So the heavier snow is going to be south and east. So we're missing the main impacts. And of course, once you drop into central Pennsylvania, they may see up to 2 feet of snowfall. So we're missing the heaviest amounts of the snow, but we're still going to get impacted here by some nice snowfall. 27 at 2 o'clock. The snow should start to overspread the southern tier. 24 at 6. Temperatures not really going anywhere, and the snow is really going to continue through the night here. 23 at 10 p.m. Now, 42 degrees and sunny, 7-day forecast coming up at you. 29 tomorrow, morning snow, then should taper off for the afternoon. 33 on Friday, should be a mainly dry day. And then by the time we head into Saturday, 37, and should be mainly dry. Sunday, a few light rain and snow showers. We're optimistic both Sunday and Monday will get close to 40, and then by Tuesday, we're down again into the upper 30s. We'll take a break, be right back. First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smokin' deals on smokin' accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
The mother of a special education student at Maple Grove High School is speaking out.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
And Lake Erie is covered in less than 1% of ice as this winter season has entered its peak.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
Well, loading up and buckling in and heading out for a road trip this holiday? Well, in today's Consumer Watch, one expert has some tips to stay safe, including some new gadgets that help pack the fun but leave out the germs.
Hitting the road during a pandemic? COVID-19 may be adding new worries for people heading out for a quick winter road trip.
Everything's really different now, and you have to take a lot of precautions.
Nationally syndicated tech columnist Jennifer Jolly has some tips and gadget ideas to pack in the fun safely. Number 1, grab a lifeline. It's frustrating when you can't get a cell signal, but when you're in the middle of this pandemic, it can be life-threatening. She recommends a product that lets you access maps, weather, and extends your cell coverage.
The SureCall Fusion To Go 3.0 fixes that whole "can you hear me now" issue. I mean, it's a cell phone signal amplifier that boosts weak signals across multiple devices, and it works across all carriers too.
Next, stay powered up. Make sure you have a reliable way to charge all your gadgets so you won't have to plug in at a public space. And 3, zap those germs. She says don't forget the sanitizers and the wipes, and also recommends this cordless UVC sterilizer called the Monos Clean Pod.
It claims to wipe out viruses, bacteria, and all kinds of nasty little germies, but UV light damages human skin, so don't use it on your hands, your face, or any other part of your body.
And number 4, take the entertainment along for the ride. Create the ultimate binge watch playlist for your whole family. And finally, turn it up. Invest in a nice Bluetooth speaker for the road and for the destination. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you very much. Well, that is interesting, Dakota. I want to know what that bubble suit was. Why didn't they?
I was looking at that thinking,
that's crazy.
Like, what in the world is that?
I guess it's probably to keep the sneezes away.
I understand it is meant to keep social distance, but I'm going to be honest. Don't you look a little silly?
A little bit.
I mean, it's like, you know, when Google came out with the cardboard VR glasses, you would stuff your phone into a piece of cardboard and jam it up into your face. And when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, you don't look silly at all.
Right. Some of those gadgets are actually pretty cool.
Right.
The
Especially
cell phone
like the
booster.
cell coverage, the cell booster.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
The sanitizer, I don't really know if those work. But I actually...
Does that really work?
I got a Christmas gift last year, was like not a thing that you put over your phone, but you take your phone and you put it in like a little box. Close it.
It's pretty much
turn
the
on
same
the light. UV cleans it.
But does it really work though? I actually want to see the scientific studies on that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've
used it probably once or twice.
Is it just another one of these, as seen on TV, 1999, waste your money, it doesn't work, return it, garbage?
They do that at the eye doctor, though. I was getting fitted for new glasses last weekend, and they were explaining to me that, you know, if I tried on glasses, to put them in a special, like a box that said dirty, if I wasn't going to buy it or whatever.
And they had to sterilize, right?
Yeah, they UV clean them. They're like, oh yeah, all the glasses are clean.
Right, but in regards to that, they probably have an actual UV cleaner that works.
Right, not
now
one
let's
that
be
you can buy for $20.
The things you can buy at the store for $20, is that actual UV and does it actually work? Send me the scientific studies on that, please.
Good to see you,
Dakota.Hunter
Jay.
at WNYNewsNow.com.
Jay says you can buy the UV wands at Walmart. Maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah, but do they work? That's the main point.
Here's what we could do. We could go and get a couple, try them out, and I guess we'd have to swab for it, send it away, and then 2 months later we'd get the results back. Pam says she thinks it works. So it's all in the mind. If it makes you feel better, why the
I
hell
don't know.
not? Good to see Julie, Josh, and Dustin as well. Some pretty cool holiday gifts. I wouldn't mind getting that cell booster. I really think that's pretty cool. We
That's
could use
something
that
we need here,
in the
especially
storm
in the
chaser.
rural areas. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. So, Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with a live look over Chautauqua Lake. Dakota is off tomorrow, so Andrew and I will see you back here at noon.